We know chronic stress levels are terrible for the body, increasing heart disease, number one killer across the entire world.
But just let it play in the background while you're doing other stuff and just notice how your energy shifts.
I'm so much more aware now of when my cortisol levels are rising. Um, and I don't like how it feels.
Your body deserves a break.
There is definitely a lot going on in this country, and it seems like the news mill is always on. And a lot of the information that we get is somewhat dysregulating.
Yeah.
A lot of people are feeling a lot more anxious because of the economy, because of all the rapid changes in healthcare, because of the destructuring of the current American government as we know it. And a lot of times it can be hard to really find your place and be able to consume the information, but not let the information affect you. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. I'm excited to talk about this topic today with you. As a full spectrum doula, a holistic healer, and a student midwife, I'm sure you have a lot to contribute to this topic. Look at me with my West Indian contributes.
Yes.
West Indian she was trying to come out, contribute to this topic. Many people are seeking ways to help regulate and control how they allow this information to affect them, how they allow the news cycle to really get into their spirit, so to speak. And so I'm excited to speak with you, Annalisa Valerie, about this topic as a full spectrum doula, a holistic healer, and a student midwife. Yay! I'm excited to hear your perspective on this because this is something that you do regularly with your clients.
Mhm.
So first, a lot of people may not even understand what it means to have a dysregulated nervous system. Like they think of the nervous system in terms of how it innervates the body physically, but how does the nervous system and our psyche really interact together?
So, okay, I'm going to give this is not going to be the most scientific, but this is going to be the Annalisa explanation. So,
That's what we're here for.
so with regards to like the nervous system, when the best example I can give is when you
Hmm.
think a thought and your body tenses. Now, I'm doing a physical motion, but if you feel like your chest tighten or your shoulders, I notice even for me, like my shoulders sometimes will be up and I actually have to like take a deep breath and maybe a few deep breaths for
Hmm.
from to just allow, and what I'm leaning into is, allowing my shoulders to relax. But if
Hmm.
you just take a quick body scan and just notice where in your body are you not relaxed.
Right.
It could be, your legs. Some people
Some people shake the legs.
shake
You
their
see a lot
legs.
of
Yep,
shake
yep, yep.
leg
Some
shaking.
people, it's their hands. They'll something with their hands.
Rub their hands, constantly moving their
Hmm.
hands.
Some
Yeah.
people, it's a hair.
Mm-hmm.
But all of these are self-soothing techniques. All of these we do just like a baby will suck their fingers, just like a baby will, or some people, some toddlers suck their thumb or a pacifier or a blanket. These are all self-soothing techniques. And the reason we reach for these is because our nervous system, we don't know or we aren't aware that our nervous system is dysregulated. And so this can also look like holding your breath or shallow
Mm-hmm.
breathing. All of those are signs that, okay, you're not present. You're not present to your body. You're also not present to your nervous system, like you're feeling tense, or maybe you feel it but you're like, okay, I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Not actually going to support. And so the best way between the psyche and the nervous system, you can just think about topics. You don't even have to have a specific thought.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about a certain topic or a certain area of your life, it could be
Mm-hmm.
money, could be,
Say that again.
family.
Hmm. We can all relate to that in this
Right.
economy. We can all relate to that.
Absolutely. Money,
Uh-huh.
career, education,
Hmm.
um,
Healthcare.
healthcare, uh, pregnancy, like all
Yes.
of those things. If you just think about it,
Hmm.
notice where your body tenses up. Like, do your arms come in such that your chest kind of caves, or do your shoulders go up like towards your ears, or do you just feel a tightness in your back?
Yeah.
For women, we carry a lot of stress right here.
And down there in the
Yes,
pelvis. She has a lot
absolutely.
of memories.
Right, because and the pelvis is also it's the same muscles as we have here in our vocal cords in our throat. And so, especially when we're not expressing what needs to be expressed, what truth needs to be shared, what when we're not speaking up, it doesn't only impact our throat, it impacts our pelvis. And so all of these are simply symptoms to
Hmm.
just your nervous system is dysregulated. And when I say dysregulated, like it's possible that some people may have made a dysregulated service nervous system
Hmm.
like, oh, that's just normal for me.
And for some people, it's so chronic that it does feel like normal.
It does feel like normal. Relief feels like few and far between, if
Yeah,
ever.
that's very
And
true.
it's so important to know like you can actually create relief for yourself in any moment.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to know. Why is it important to kind of create relief? Why is it important to go from from your sympathetics being in overdrive, where you're constantly in this fight or flight mode, to allowing your parasympathetics to take over, where you can go into the rest and recovery mode? So why is it important to make that shift?
The healing happens when you're in your parasympathetic nervous system because your body just just like your car,
Hmm.
you can't drive and not stop at the gas station. You drive if you want to, but your car is going to stop.
You are right. You are right. You are right. You may
So,
try to, but you're not gonna get that far.
and
You are right.
absolutely,
Without a refill.
absolutely. And so,
Mhm.
just like now, okay, for my people who have electric vehicles, y'all got to stop anyways. You'll get a recharge. So,
Right. Yeah.
same
Same
principle.
concept. Yeah.
Absolutely. Same principle. You got to pause. You got to pause. You got to give your body a break.
Hmm.
And the break is not just it's not just for your body. It's also
Hmm.
for your mind. Because when you give your mind space to actually like I'm going to call it breathe, you also give space to creative ideas, possible like different solutions that you could not see because you're so tense. You're so focused on the breakdown. Like, okay, the breakdown, it's a breakdown.
Hmm. Hmm.
What is happening is
Hmm.
what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only thing we get to control is our body, is our inner environment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. I've realized in my latter years, that I am very aware of how I feel when my cortisol levels are up. Even
Mm-hmm.
in as simple as somebody cutting me off like they did this morning in traffic and almost hit my car for no reason because there was a lot of space between us, but that's a whole other conversation.
It
But
is.
I can tell when my car, just like just now, in between. my cortisol level just shot up again. But I can tell I'm so much more aware now of when my cortisol levels are rising. Um, and I don't like how it feels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like how it feels in my body. I don't like the burst of these fight or flight hormones and then the sudden drop, right? You get these spikes and get it's a sudden drop that really gets you.
Yeah.
And so I try to be more proactive about really shutting down that sympathetic real quick, especially
Mm-hmm.
when there's no need for it to really fire out. And it's hard for us, right? As people of color, we're constantly being triggered
Yeah.
in the recent news cycle, right? Back to back, there's so many things that are triggering. So, what are practical ways that we can stay, because we want to be alert to what's going on because it allows us to make the decision making that we need to make for our families, for our health, for our finances, but it's in response to a lot of really crazy stuff that's going on. So, how do we stay informed and still not allow this vicious news cycle specifically to keep us in this very high stress mode? How do we make that shift regularly enough? And how do we stay aware or be aware of where we are as we consume the information, as we consume the news?
Specifically as it relates to the news, be intentional about your sources and when you watch news. Give yourself a break in the morning. I know there's 5 million, like, I don't know if anybody's like me, but no, when you wake up in the morning, your mind's like, okay, well, you got this, you got this, you got this, you get this. And all of a sudden, your to-do list for the day is now at the
Hmm.
forefront of your mind.
Yeah.
Take
So
a breath.
starting the day right, choosing how
Mm-hmm.
to start the day.
Choosing just a simple ritual, like maybe before you get out of bed, take 5 deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, I mean, so usually when I'll tell clients, take a deep breath, it looks something like this. I'm like, okay, great, lovely. That's perfect.
Uh-huh.
Now, an even slower inhale in through your nose and an even slower exhale out through your mouth. And so when I do that, it looks something like this. Okay, great. And so I'll usually walk clients through like, okay, perfect. Now even slower because now you're bringing the attention from out here in the
Hmm.
world to actually in here.
Hmm.
And you'll feel the shift in your body,
Hmm.
right? You'll feel the shift in your body such that like your shoulders may relax a bit more.
Hmm.
It's a really sometimes it may be. And sometimes 5 breaths is not going to do it. Maybe you need 10 or 15. Take as
Right.
many as you need. And
Hmm.
each time just go slower because it just
Hmm.
gets you present to your own physical body.
Yeah.
Um, Another practice is setting alarms on your phone. If you set 3 alarms on your phone just throughout the day, and every time you see the alarm, take 5 deep breaths. That'll
Hmm.
support
Take
you.
your mindful minute. Hmm.
Take your mindful minute and it will support you in just coming back to your body and engaging your parasympathetic nervous system.
Hmm.
The Another practice that I use that is really effective for me. Others may find it effective. If it's effective for you, great, take it, run with it. If it's not, don't worry, trash it, try something else.
Hmm.
There's so many techniques. So take your hands and lock your thumbs this
Hmm.
way, and then over your chest,
Hmm.
and then just one at a time. Just
Well,
tap your chest.
tapping. I love tapping.
And this is you're engaging
Hmm.
one side and then the other. So this is I'm calling it a bilateral
Hmm.
stimulation. But you notice just from this here, the soft pressure on your chest
Hmm.
and just the gentle tap. Notice how your nervous system regulates, or notice how like you begin to relax more. When I say your
Hmm.
nervous system down regulates,
Hmm.
it just means you feel more relaxed. And
Hmm.
it could be minute, it could be
Hmm.
great, and just do it as for as long until you feel again, until you feel a shift.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean the anger, the upset, the frustration, the annoyance, the agitation, or the frustration has dissolved into the nothingness from which it came,
Hmm.
but it'll definitely move in that direction.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like those tips. I definitely would say I'm probably better in the morning. Like I'm really good at ignoring the world in the morning.
Mhm.
That's just me. But throughout the day, I have consumed so much that it's harder for me to kind of re-regulate myself in the evening compared to the morning. The morning, I'm good. I'm like, I don't care what's going on in the world right now. Me and sleep are like we tight
Best
like
friends. Best friends.
but in the evening time, whether it's through the stress of work or the stress of, family relationships and your responsibilities, or the stress of even just trying to get to work in the morning, or the stress of the information that comes at you throughout the day of what's going on with friends and what they're dealing with, life constantly throws at you throughout the day. And so for me, I have to be particularly mindful of how I regulate and shut things down in the evening time and have some type of routine that kind of turns that switch off,
Hmm.
and kind of quiet the storm in the evening. So to your point, I like the exercise that you've explained with the breathing, and I just want to remind people who may be like me, where you're good in the morning, but in the evenings you need a little bit of that switch turning. You can practice these routines either point, either, like knowing whether or not you're a midday person that needs that mindful minute, or you're an end of day person that need that shutdown, turn the lights off, wind down kind of regimen. You can practice these, but whatever you do, practice something. Another thing that has helped me personally that I've had to do, but I'm not necessarily always great at it, but I know I need to do it, right? Is to
Right.
really limit how much you're consuming, right?
Hmm.
And so, like you said, I like the point that you made to go to watch the sources that you're choosing to consume from. I definitely like that. And I would say also choose sort when you're choosing your source, to also choose sources that are not just, of course, accurate, less triggering and things like that, but also to choose sources that are brief and quick. Get to the point, right?
Yes.
Because I don't want to, if you're good and you're accurate, but you are talking to me for a whole hour before I get to the point, you're going to stress me out. Okay. So all
Right.
so
Right.
also, getting those bullet points, those quick, this is what's happening, this is what you need to know. And there are great sources out there that will give you that type of information. Or when you put a limit to how much you've consumed and there's something that pops up that you really want to hear about, but it's going to put you over that consumption time, then just bookmark it and come back to it on another day. Because listen, the world is changing rapidly, but not that rapidly, so you can definitely put a pause, put a pin in it, and come back at another time. But most of all, I think the message that we're sharing today is what, Annalisa? What's your main message or main takeaway that you want people to know about the importance of regulating our nervous system?
Your body deserves a break, just like you. And so morning and evening are great. And what will support you in the evening is putting something right in the middle of the day. And so actually starting your, what I'm going to call your evening wind down at noon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
way
like that.
it's not just, you're not just like, okay, the morning I'm great. And then building, 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 building. And then you've got a cliff to jump off at
Mm-hmm.
the
No,
end
it's
of the
so
night.
true.
And
Yeah.
so just into interrupting your day in the best way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
You know
so,
what I wanted to, and I'm gonna wrap up soon, but you're
yeah.
just, sort of make me think about a few things. I really do wonder, and this is for those who are watching this, how many of you are doing things like reading books?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like our society has, granted for more than one reason, drop off the cliff when it comes to reading books. That's a
Mm-hmm.
whole other conversation.
It is.
Um, but reading books and reading magazines, like sitting down with that Essence magazine and
Oh,
going through it. I used to do like really go through that Essence magazine, like, oh, what lipstick is out here? You remember that? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That lipstick page,
yes.
the clothing page, the makeup page. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like, how many of us are still doing those types of habits? And I want to know if you're still practicing those types of habits, let us know in a comment, because those are also ways that we can infuse just moments of enjoyment, right? And that it's not always um down regulating the sympathetics as opposed to up regulating your parasympathetics. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we shouldn't always be in a mode of having to down regulate. We
Yeah.
should be in modes where we're up regulating, right? And part of up regulating is doing these activities that are pleasurable. When was the last time y'all went for a bike ride? Now, some of y'all may not have learned how to ride a bike, but I'm saying, when was the last time you went for a bike ride, roller skate? Things that we grew up enjoying that really helped us to balance our nervous system before we even knew all this verbiage, right? Before we really knew the science behind it, we were actively doing these things. We were actively going out and going for a hike. That's one of my favorites. Going for a hike, going and going for a dance class, my second favorite. And doing
Mine too. Another favorite of mine.
uh-huh.
So another way I down regulate my nervous system is coloring.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
coloring
yes.
books. Okay, so some people may be like, this stresses me out. Other people may be like, ooh, I really like puzzles.
You read my mind because I was about to say my mom likes to do puzzles.
Yeah, so I love to do puzzles. 500
Yes.
is a minimum because I'm like anything
You
below that
literally
is
read my mind. That's incredible.
But yeah, I do puzzles, and puzzles are a
Hmm.
really great way for me to even, especially when there's something that I may be struggling to chew on in my brain,
Hmm.
turn off the technology and or
Yeah.
put on some music. And
Mhm.
I will sit with a puzzle and I will do the puzzle until I'm like, okay. And
Yeah.
I don't know why. For me, it's such a great relaxing activity.
Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely not the only one. My mom likes to do puzzles. My aunt likes to do her crosswords. Everyone kind of have their thing that they do. And then people crochet. There's so many great activities that we used to actively do. And the question is, when was the last time you did one of them?
True. One of the things, okay, so for me as a kid, I remember the activity books. Now, when I say
Mm.
activity books, it's the ones that had the word search, the crossword puzzle,
Yes.
like the little maze, the
Yes.
connect the dot. It was
Yeah.
like a bunch of different puzzles, but
Also
all in
great for
one
your
book,
brain health. Mm-hmm.
right? It is. But
Mm-hmm.
again, that those activities, I found one at Five Below and was so delighted. But that's neither here nor there.
Ah,
Um, but it was so great because I would have the book in my purse with me. So,
yes.
going to my cellular carrier vendor, waiting
Mm-hmm.
for them to help me with my phone. Girl, I sat there doing a puzzle. And then when the person came over to help me,
Mm-hmm.
he stayed longer with me because we were trying to figure out, man, okay, what's this one? We're gonna do one more puzzle.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
it's a really great way
It
to,
is. And for families playing games together, playing board games, we
yes.
used to do all of these things.
Hmm.
So definitely, it sounds like we're saying be self-aware. First of all, let's also emphasize the point that we know chronic stress levels are terrible for the body. We know that chronic stress, that's part of the reason why, not of our own doing, why Black women struggle with so many chronic diseases like the hypertension, autoimmune conditions, maternal maternal health outcomes issues. Part of those are resulting from chronic stress from racism. And so we know already scientifically that chronic stress have adverse outcomes when it comes to your physical health, also increasing heart disease, number one killer across the entire world. And so your mind, your body benefits from the reset, right? And then also being self-aware, as Annalisa, you mentioned, knowing your physical signs of when you are in when you are in your sympathetic mode and your nervous system is screaming to be reset, when those shoulders go up, when the back gets tense, when the neck gets tense, when your pelvic floor is shooting those lightning crotch, because lightning crotch is not just in pregnancy, those lightning crotch episodes, those are all knowing when you're having palpitations, knowing when you are receiving signals. So self-awareness, and then being proactive, figuring out what works for you logistically and effectively to help you to regulate your nervous system. Did I miss anything?
And the only other thing I would say as in
Mhm.
like another activity is play a sound bath. Go to YouTube,
Oh,
type in sound bath, find one that you like to hear because different sounds resonate with different people.
yes,
Find one
hence
that you like to hear,
like music.
right?
So be careful of
Absolutely.
your music. That's been another hot conversation. But yes, y'all
We'll
get what
get to
I'm
that
saying.
later. But
Uh-huh.
find a sound healing, find a sound bath that you really love to listen to that is soothing to your ears. Listen to it with headphones on
Hmm.
and just let it like
I
because
love
it
that.
won't have any words, but just
Hmm.
let it play in the background while you're doing other stuff and just notice how your energy shifts.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Always a great conversation, Annalisa. Where can they find you for more of these tips on how to deregulate or how to no, how to regulate our nervous system? I was going to say how to dysregulate our sympathetics, but y'all get what I'm saying. How to regulate our nervous system. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Cosmic Mothering or check out the link in my bio in my Instagram profile at Cosmic Mothering.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. And Annalisa, as you guys can see, always has great tips about, hence why she's a holistic healer. Now you get why she's a holistic healer, right? Listen, always has great tips. And so I am Dr. T, the hand behind the handle of Healthy Bump Club right here on YouTube and Healthy Bump Club on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining us today. Let us know how you have been already regulating your nervous system. And if you haven't, what tip we shared today you plan to implement in your daily lifestyle. Let us know. Hit us up in the comments below, and we'll see you guys when the next episode. I don't know why I like this spot so much, but I do. This is Dr. T. Just a friendly reminder. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. And go ahead, why not? Click that subscribe button. Help us to get to the next 1,000 subscribers. We thank you guys for supporting.